about to meet a couple that came over to this country with nothing more than a couple of suitcases. Now, just 5 years on, they've bought their first home together and have twin boys. Now, they're not a couple to do things by halves. They're about to undertake an ambitious loft conversion, and guess what? They've got another baby on the way, which is due, well, very soon.
Ever thought of supersizing your home?
My husband sort of feels this isn't big enough for him.
Well, we're following people doing just that. From amazing lofts to extraordinary basements.
I'm probably a little bit overconfident, but I think you need to be with this sort of project.
We'll follow the journey to create more space.
I've just found out that Steve may lose his job.
We can't afford it, definitely not.
And when the builders have left, will the results be everything they've dreamt of?
I'm just shocked as to how a space up in the top of the building can look so grand.
Just a stone's throw from the financial towers of Canary Wharf is Greenwich, home to financial expert Marco and his wife Vander. Together they have twin boys, Philip and Nicholas. Originally from Slovakia, they only recently arrived in the UK, but have made this little corner of the country their home.
We came over with a couple of suitcases, not much more than that. And now...
Full of books.
Full of books, that's right, yeah. I was studying for interviews. And then 5 years later, I've got a job. Twins.
Third baby on
the way and a house and...
plans for the loft.
Plans for the loft, that's right, yeah. Exciting times.
Yeah.
With their baby due in 3 months, they're understandably keen to get underway and want to create a master suite at the top of the house with an extra room for a nursery. But before work's even begun, their projects come to a standstill.
Neighbors decided to have party wall surveyor.
Which is in their right to do.
Yeah, of course. But now we are, it's been 6 weeks already and nothing happened. So I'm so angry on.
The neighbours have the right to appoint a surveyor to make sure all the planned building work is carried out correctly. And with properties on this street costing a cool £500,000, it's easy to see why the neighbours want to make sure that their assets really are as safe as houses. But being forced to wait whilst the surveyor draws up what's known as a party wall agreement means that Vander risks giving birth right in the middle of their building project.
Living here with workers and twins and me being more and more pregnant, I don't know. I think it's going to be quite difficult.
I think Vanda's fear is that she's going to arrive from the hospital as the builders are just about drilling through the through the roof and the dust is falling down and everything. I'm feeling very anxious.
I'm feeling not ready. So.
Marco and Vander have now spent almost 3 months trying to get their party wall agreements in place. They'd hoped that by now their loft conversion would be in full swing, so I want to find out how they're bearing up.
Hello.
Hi, Marco.
Come on in.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Obviously, congratulations. You've got a child on the way. But you've also got a heavy building project on the way as well. Now, I understand we've been slightly delayed with the party wall agreement.
It's still ongoing.
OK. You've got a builder sorted out. They're ready and waiting to go on to get started.
That's right, yeah, they're pretty good.
Have they given you a cost?
We negotiated, so that sums up to 50k effectively.
So you're giving yourself an overall budget of £50,000 for everything finished.
But
hello,
This was before the party wall surveyors came in.
Yeah.
we have no idea how much this is going to cost. So.
Yeah, the problem with the party wall surveyor is that unlike any other service out there, there's no fixed cost for their work.
You can go and go and go.
Yeah.
And who's bearing all the cost of this?
We are.
Well, this is obviously a nightmare. How far away are we from the big birth?
Yeah, we have 8-9 weeks.
8-9 weeks away from birth. How long have they said they need to carry out all the works?
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks from the start. From the start date, 6 to 8 weeks.
Are you gonna ask the builders to start work with a babe in arms?
Yeah.
Yes. Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. Well, I suppose if you've had twin boys and you can get through that, you can get through most things. But I admire your gung-ho-ness, if you like.
Marco and Vander have a total budget of £50,000 to convert their loft. £36,000 will go towards the basic building costs, and £14,000 has been set aside for all the fixtures and fittings. They hope that their planned conversion will substantially increase the size of their house, and they'll have a new master ensuite with light flooding in from both north and south-facing windows. In the new hallway, there'll be a skylight to make the rooms feel as bright as possible. And at the back of the house, there'll be a nursery for their new arrival. The project finally starts 4.5 months later. It's cost them a massive £2.5 grand to get that party wall agreement in place. But nobody's more relieved than Vander.
Today is the first day of the build. We are so excited. Baby should arrive in 2 or 3 weeks. It's not ideal. We wanted it differently, but what can we do?
The build's being headed up by Craig from South London Lofts. They've been in the trade for over 10 years, and as their reputation's grown, so too has their business. And this year alone, they plan to convert over 140 lofts.
Because there's a baby due, Marco and Vander are very keen to get this done. That's what we're trying to do for them now, is move very quickly. Obviously, it's the first day today, and the guys already got the floor in and the roof off already.
Now, according to Marco and Vander's original plan, their loft conversion should have been completed by now, and they should have settled in with their new baby. Now, clearly, the first part of their master plan is a work in progress. I wonder if they've had any better luck with their new arrival, though. Now, first of all, Vander, forget about the house. Let's talk about this. Should that still be there? I mean, I'm no midwife, but I thought you were supposed to have it by now.
Yeah, it was supposed to be here 4 days ago.
Oh, no.
I think the baby's waiting until they finish the messy work.
I've got some fresh towels in the car. You know, if anything happens, I'm sure I'll be fine, all right?
The hospital is just there.
Oh, is it? Right, OK, that's probably better. I mean, how's it been? I mean, I remember going away from here thinking, I think that's the tidiest and cleanest house I've ever been in. How is she going to cope with the mess? Now, I must say, this is probably the tidiest building site I've ever been to. And that's probably down to you.
I'm not happy about the walls.
I bet you're not. I bet you're very far from happy about the
It
walls.
was painted last year, and now I guess we have to.
And they've gone and ruined it. Well, I tell you what, can we have a look at how far they've got? I'd love to see the master bedroom.
All right.
After you. Be careful. Right then. So this is the master ensuite.
It is. It's much smaller than we thought it would be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we were expecting, I don't know what huge size is.
How much smaller?
I think a lot smaller, but I think we were quite unrealistic at that time. But we can still fit a bed, so.
Well, well, this is a bit of a worry. What did you want to have in here?
Like built-in wardrobe.
Well, yeah, you could. I mean, you've got room to maybe put something small.
It's not enough.
Right. That entire other room could be a walk-in closet.
It can be for now.
Listen, go out and buy loads of clothes and shoes. Then you have to have that as a walk-in closet. But the builders have done a good job here, haven't they? They've got on track. Are you pleased?
Yeah, I'm pleased. I think that the worst part is over.
You're going to be walking around like a zombie anyway, aren't you? So you might as well have builders in. I hope everything goes well with little baby, and hopefully in just a few weeks' time, we're all done. Good luck.
Hopefully. Thank you.
With there at last being a bit of good news on the horizon, I wanted to catch up with their builder Craig to find out how things were going.
Well, one thing you can see once you're up here, obviously you've got amazing views.
Yeah, fantastic.
But you get a sense of how much almost of a revolution this whole stretching of homes is. You see so many other people that have tried and done their loft conversions.
Yeah.
But different styles as well. And when you're in London, of course, you want as much space as possible. So any material changes that are going to go on up here? I mean, I understand they want some light coming vertically.
Yeah, we're going to be putting a roof dome just here, and obviously the stairwell is below here, and so
Right.
obviously to get light into there is very important, because otherwise it'll be quite dark in there.
It looks as though the neighbours had similar ideas, and I can't wait to see just how much of that all-important natural light their hallway's going to get.
Well, with the exception of the light well, it seems almost that you're pretty much done outside.
Yeah, we're not far away. Another 2 or 3 days, it's finished on the outside.
I think to describe this building project as being behind schedule is a little misleading. They had severe delays at the start, but once the builders got here on site, they've really motored. To get all this done in just 3 weeks is really impressive. But according to Craig, the building manager, well, he hopes to be finished here in just 3 weeks. So to do a whole loft like this in 6 weeks is almost too good to be true. But I hope for Marco and Vander's case, the builders here are able to deliver. Put it this way, it won't take long to find out, will it?
For Marco and Vander, the last few years since they settled in the UK have been a very eventful time in their lives.
We came over with a couple of suitcases. 5 years later, I've got a job, twins.
Third baby on the
Third baby on the way.
plans for the loft.
Plans for the loft, that's right, yeah.
But not only does Vander risk giving birth right in the middle of their building project, worries over space are making it even more stressful.
It's much smaller than we thought it would be.
Oh, is it?
They're now just over halfway through and about to enter the busiest stage of their entire project.
The tricky thing, you could say, would be just, getting people on site on time. We've got to work with Vander and Marco. They've got to get tiles, they've got to choose paint, they've got to get the bathroom suite here.
For Vander, though, she's just arrived home with her new baby girl, Mina.
It's been crazy, yeah.
I think I was managing the first part until she was born.
Yeah.
And then the second part, it's a pain. It is.
So with all of the carpentry work to be done, the doors to be hung, the walls to be painted, and much, much more, Vander's got to somehow cope with looking after her new baby in the midst of all of this mayhem.
I mean, the dust and the painter is painting and painting and painting. I'm tired of everything. And today is the day when I can say enough is enough. I can't wait the day when we will clean everything and you can smell fresh air and see what was done. Yeah, I can't wait for that day.
With Vander exhausted, Marco stepped up to the mark and has now taken control of their building project.
Welcome to our loft, our new loft. This is the master bedroom. We're a bit disappointed because we thought it would be larger. So I think we discovered that our house is actually pretty small. I was a bit disappointed about the windows, to be honest. What I wanted was super large windows. Obviously, I knew the measurements, but in reality, they look smaller than what I would have liked, I guess, yeah.
Marco's now in charge of sourcing all the materials for their new loft, and he's found out that the doors he's ordered are actually too big for the frames. But rather than simply taking them back, the carpenter's sawing off a few centimetres either side. But it's far from problem solved.
We discovered that these are actually not wooden doors, which is not very nice. So the question is, what do we do now? Whether we replace the doors entirely or we just cover it up and hope that no one notices.
For Marco and Vander, it's certainly true to say that their foray into the building world hasn't been the easiest of rides. Yet, at last, the builders have finally left and they've managed to reclaim their home.
So, after literally months of setbacks, Marco and Vander tell me they've finally completed their loft conversion. I'm here to see what it looks like, but also to find out whether they're happy with the space they've now created.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Marco, how are you? Hello, how are you? Congratulations, first of all. Your little one has arrived. Is she sleeping today, or...?
She's waiting for filming.
Oh, she? Right. A star is born. Yeah. Well, let's have a look at it. I'm dying to see it and see what's been going on up there.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, after you.
Thank you. I'll try and be quiet. Don't want to wake the baby, do we? So this is the skylight that we saw from above. It makes a massive difference.
You can pop up and have a nice little barbecue.
Can you?
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid of heights, so theoretically it is possible, yes. Come on in.
Well, this is great, isn't it? I love it. It's a luxurious, peaceful part of the house just for you guys. Wow. Vander, you had the concerns over whether it was going to be big enough. Is it big enough for you?
I think it's just right.
Isn't it just?
Yeah, it's what we need.
The whole point of this room was to have you guys maybe some sanctuary away from the mayhem. There's room for sanctuary, but there's plenty of mayhem going on. I mean, are you going to get this to be a sanctuary at some point?
Hopefully.
Yeah, we hope so.
You've got the TV sorted up here. You probably haven't got time to watch the TV anymore, have you? No. But you do get some lovely space up here. It's great. Well, I'm going to have a quick peek into the ensuite, can I?
Yeah, have a look, yeah.
So... I don't know what all the concerns were about, because this is fine. It's a perfect size for an ensuite, isn't it?
It's big enough. Just what we need.
Yeah.
Just right size.
Oh, this is great. It feels so light and airy up here, doesn't it, now?
So come and check out the walk-in closet, Johnny.
Oh, you're calling it a walk-in closet?
I am, yes. Well, I've officially conceded, yeah.
But I tell you what, I mean, you've got a cot, you've got a day bed, and you've got these, what, quadruple wardrobes or even bigger. It's a proper-sized bedroom.
We're quite pleased. Originally, we thought it was going to be more of a closet than a bedroom, to be honest.
Keep saying the word closet. You're backing yourself into a corner here, mate. I'm telling you. I know what you want it to be, but again, it's a lovely room, and it's at the back of the house. It's probably quite quiet, isn't it?
It is very quiet.
Yeah.
Perfect for a nursery.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gone off already, look. So, how soon after I last saw you did you go into labour?
Couple of hours.
Couple
of hours?
Yeah, it all happened then.
Really?
Yeah.
I essentially induced you.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, I'm going to put that on my CV.
Mental inducing, yeah.
One thing you guys do, you take everything in your stride. Would you do it all again?
No.
What? Most definitely.
Oh, really? But I tell you what, let's find somewhere to settle. Should we go and have a sit down downstairs?
Let's go, yeah.
Come on then.
Ever since moving from Slovakia, Marco and Vander have been on a huge journey. 5 years on, their family has grown, and so has their home. Their loft has now become a new master ensuite tucked away at the top of the house. Every inch of space has been completely transformed. And baby Mina has been treated to a beautiful new nursery.
You've done phenomenally well to juggle new baby, twin boys, your job, and this above going on all at the same time. The delays haven't been your fault. Has it remained on budget?
Our budget was 50,000, and our total was 51.5. So 1.5.
That's great.
Budget.
You're like alchemists. You've spent extra on your surveyors. You've come in pretty much on budget. This is great. So now it's all finished. How have you both found it all?
Builders were very nice, but I just don't like this kind of work.
It's quite stressful.
And strangers coming here
dust.
from morning. I was in my pajamas saying hello to builders.
Not ideal, is it?
No, not really.
I don't know how you've done it, but you told me before you want to stay here long term. And now you've got a house where you can stay, haven't you? Yeah. You certainly deserve it. Well, it hasn't exactly been plain sailing for Marco and Vander, but if you've got ideas of extending your home either upward or downwards and would like to take at least some of the pain out of the process, why not log on to our website?
Looking forward to some quiet time when I can actually enjoy what we've done. I'd like to just take a day or a couple of days and just be able to lie in this bed and watch TV all day long without having to worry about anything.
At the beginning, I didn't think that it's going to be this beautiful. I didn't believe it at all.
At last, family life is back to normal again, and I'm sure Mina's going to love growing up in her brand new home.
Well, I've got to take my hat off to Marco and Vander. They've managed to oversee an entire loft conversion project at the same time as having a baby. Normally, just one of these things is enough to send most couples around the twist. But they've come through it all and they've finished just in the nick of time, because apparently in a couple of weeks, their entire family are coming here to stay.